Hello, welcome back to another episode of Prehistoric Speculation, where today we are looking at 5 things we absolutely need to see in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Let's get started. Number 1, I think, is petting zoos. Not just petting zoos specifically, but just more guest attractions in general, like a treetop village or, just some petting zoos like around that guests can go say hi to. Or baby dinosaurs aren't going to be in the game, but maybe like a little Dryosaurus or Statacosaurus or something. Just that'd be really cool. Give the guest a bit more depth. That'd be really nice thing to see, I think, and it won't be too difficult to add in. There have also been spoilers, a few leaks that have been fairly reliable so far that do suggest there may be petting zoos and treetop villages in the game at the moment. We do not know this for certain, take that with like a heap of salt, but it's a possibility. Okay, so moving on to number 2, we have better decorations. This is something that I think is vital to making this game better. In the first game, when it came out, there was no such thing as decorations. You had the brushes, and that was it, basically. But Jurassic World Evolution 2 already seems to be adding tons of new foliage, and that is all taken care of. But what we are interested in seeing if there will be more stuff to make your park seem cooler, like a Spinosaurus skeleton, or benches, or bins, or just anything like that, really, to make it feel a bit more alive. That'd be really nice to see. But this image makes me feel like a bit skeptical though, because looking down at it, there are no benches, there are no bins, there's no nothing down here. Maybe the signs in front of the buildings might be placeable, but, not sure about that. But yeah, the image was a bit disappointing to see, but we did later find out that all of the buildings were custom made using a colour wheel, and you can customise pretty much everything about the building, which is really cool to see. Now, moving on from that, we have a staff system. This, I think, again, is something that would be awesome to have in the game. It's been in Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster, all games that Frontier have made, but it never made it in to the first Jurassic World Evolution. And I don't really see the reason for that, because I don't know if it would be too hard to add, It's like add a bit more depth to the dinosaurs as well, dinosaur poop, dinosaur getting ill and all that. And it would add into the decorations bit too, with adding park bins that could be vandalised, and benches and that, and staff adding to buildings to make them feel more alive. It would add a whole new dynamic to the management of the game. Moving on to number 4, we have... Oh, yes, no, talking about the staff system, there are some what look like to be staff in this image that can be seen here. They look like construction workers, maybe. Maybe that's an ACU on the bottom left. We're not too sure, but that's like a good hint towards it, which is nice. Oh yeah, so moving on from that, we have more Dinosaur Personality. Now, this is something I think that was definitely missing from the first game. Like, they didn't even sleep when they were added originally. They just walked, ate, and drank. And that is not what we need to see again. You already know they've got new hunting dynamics and new social dynamics. But something I think that would be really cool is maybe different dinosaurs have slightly different personalities. So say, this Triceratops is really loud and this one's really aggressive, and that sort of thing as well. Another thing that could add to this is maybe some change between individuals of a species, like we see in Planet Zoo, where you can have animals that have, like, cheetahs that will be slightly darker than other ones and have slightly different patterns and all that. That might be cool to see in the game. We haven't seen that yet, I don't think, but that would be cool if that was coming up. Another thing that would help to this is maybe adding, like, scars or something that would just make it would be a reminder of the battles this dinosaur has won in the past and that sort of thing. And that'd just be really nice to see. It would add loads more like character and make the dinosaurs feel like animals, because they are animals and they were real creatures, and I feel like that is something that they really need to bring forward in this game. Moving on to number 5, we have feathered dinosaurs. Now, I think this is almost a given. You know, at this point, there's so much like evidence in that for them being feathered. Jurassic Park and World are almost behind in the fact that they haven't. But even if they aren't in the game from release, there aren't any feathered dinosaurs or anything like that, it is almost guaranteed that there will be for the Jurassic World Dominion DLC, which, you know, is definitely going to come. You know, that's like a given. Like, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom DLC was in the first game. Only makes sense this one to have a Dominion one. We've already seen feathered dinosaurs such as the Oviraptor in Jurassic World Dominion. To have that added in a DLC, while it wouldn't be as good as just having some feathered dinosaurs anyway, in the base game, while it wouldn't be as good as that, it would still be very nice to see. It's to add more realism to the game, add more diversity, even within like dinosaurs that are very similar. Like the Struthiomimus and Archaeornithomimus had this issue, but if you could add, say, they could have different feather patterns, and that adds like a whole new thing for Frontier to play with to diversify their dinosaur roster, and that'd just be really cool. That brings me to the end of the list, I think. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you feel like it, give a like, subscribe. You can always unsubscribe at any moment, and leave a comment for anything that you are excited for in the future. Cool.